Welcome back on the show. This is still Rise and Shine Daily, coming to you from the stables of Spectrum Television. And we've been talking about human rights violation. You can follow the conversation on our social media handles at SpectrumTv, or you can log on to www.spectrumtv.ng.
And back into the questions. Just before or during the break, we had this brief conversation, and I just want to bring up the issue right now, so you can make it real public. Now, the question is, what is or are the processes involved when it comes to rape cases, specifically rape cases? How does one go ahead to make the relevant authorities know and seek justice for such human rights violation?
One of the basic issues when a victim has been violated, referring to rape issues now, that victim needs to be taken to the hospital for examination.
Okay.
And mostly issues involving rape, especially, I'm not talking about the minors now, I'm talking about when an adult is involved.
Of age.
Since there is no consent ab initio, there will be a whole lot of things you could notice that there was struggling, there would be so many issues as at that point in time. So immediately the act has been committed. It is expedient that the person be taken to the hospital for examination.
And it's funny to note that when these things happen, one of the first things that the victim usually, in fact, wouldn't even think of going to the hospital to run the test.
Yes,
and this is also one of the key things that is needed.
Yes, it's one of the key things that is needed. So that is why we are up here today, that letting them know that one of the issues immediately after that is for them to go to the hospital.
Okay, now just quickly before we go, because time is fast spent, quickly tell us, in the case of an arrest, what should a person do to protect his or herself from being violated? Most of these law enforcement officers are kind of they're funny, So what can a person do at the point of an arrest, especially an unlawful arrest?
It depends on what you call an unlawful arrest.
They pick you up.
Pick you up
just like
that. You don't have an idea why they're picking you up.
They tell you nothing.
Agreed. You don't know the reason why you were picked up.
Yeah.
It is better knowing the kind of scenario we usually find ourselves in this part of the world.
Okay.
Let's say you've committed an offense. You know you've not committed an offense. And you know that they have got to show that they're actually law enforcement agents.
Okay.
You don't need to struggle with them. Follow them to the station. They're not taking you to anywhere. Follow them. As you're following them too, normally as it is the practice, because they will want somebody to come and bail you. So even if you're not with phone, when you get there, they will find a phone for you to call somebody.
Okay.
Once you are there, so that another issue will not come that your legs were broken because you were resisting arrest.
Okay.
As far as you know that you've not committed any offense, you've not done anything, and they said, in fact, before I started practice while I was still in school, I've had a beautiful drama with the men of the Nigerian police force. I was back from a church program, and before I know it, everybody were running. Me, I didn't do anything, so where will I be running to?
Okay.
I entered. When we got there, I said, okay, I'm just from the church. What is happening? I'm trying to talk about the part that once you know you've not done anything, you have not committed any offense, and somebody is trying to say, normally if you are coming to my house, one of the things I will ask you for warrant of arrest.
Okay.
But let's be sincere to ourselves with the nature of things happening in this country today. If the house of an high-ranking citizen, a sitting justice of the Supreme Court,
That's right,
could be violated in the way it was done.
Yes.
For no just cause, or for whatever reason it is. For whatever reason it is. A sitting justice of the Supreme Court. Until today, the matter is dying down. We are not hearing what is happening. The blame game. This one sign, this one sign. Till today, a whole lot of matters in these countries happened and they go down like that. So if it happened at that level, now you're talking about the court upstairs, the highest in this nation. One of the key members of that court house was violated. And nothing happens.
Now, we have a situation, a case where, I mean, this has been happening, where a law enforcement, agency, maybe talk about the Nigerian police force, would maybe stop a vehicle, and then just because maybe on a biased mood or something, they maybe put something that will implicate the person in the car, and they come out and they're like, I want to check your car, step down. And then you innocently step down, and then maybe there were 3 or 4 going to your vehicle to plant something there, maybe plant a gun or plant drug or something. Now, what would this person do? Because you have no knowledge about this thing. Now, these are things that makes people, their human rights being violated, because you don't have a say. That's an evidence before a court. This is what we found in his or her vehicle. How do you defend yourself?
How do you defend yourself?
Yes.
We are no slaves in the nation.
Okay.
I think it still boils down to a whole lot of things, like I said.
Okay.
I've had a situation before. My uncle had a spare part shop then. We knew about this kind of desperado method of some of our law enforcement agents coming in. That they heard that there's this and there's that happening here. I wasn't yet even a student of law then. But I had some knowledge of what is demanded. I think one of the problems we are having around is so many people being so ignorant, too ignorant about things around them. You're coming to check my car or my house. I check you first before you check my car.
Would they allow that?
Why? You demand for it.
Yes.
Okay.
You demand for it.
Okay.
All right.
I don't know you from anywhere. You are coming to enter my house. Why would you enter my house? Why would you even enter my car in the first place? Because these are things that are happening on daily basis. We've seen many times that civil matters are turned to criminal matters because of these same things we are talking about.
Okay.
So we are in a very terrible situation.
Okay.
But all hands must be on deck, and we need to create more awareness for people to understand that they actually have a right. Simply because somebody is wearing a uniform does not make the person superior to you.
Okay.
The law is not for a certain class of persons.
It's for everybody.
The law is for everybody.
Okay.
Then until we allow that law to be the same for Mr. A and the same for Mr. B, we still continue to have this problem.
Okay.
And that is what the NSAS report is demanding. The fact that irrespective of whoever sent them,
Okay.
they've been found to have committed an offense.
Okay.
After almost a year of investigation. So let them, until those people pay for what they have done, other set of officers will continue to do
The same thing.
the same thing.
And it
Okay,
continues.
now,
So that's all clear.
let's close the wrap at that. Thank you very much for coming to our studios. I hope when we reach out to you some other time, you make yourself available. Okay, on that note,
Thank
it's
you.
up to us Nigerians to know our rights and
That's
also
right.
exercise it. Do not resist arrest. Move with them and make sure you make a phone call when you get there. You'll be
You'll be fine.
Exactly.
You will be fine.
We will be fine,
That's
all of
right.
us.
All right, we'll take a break, and when we come back, we see the funny video and maybe some social media reactions on this same issue. Please don't go anywhere. Please stay.
so much, sir.
Pleasure is mine.